Good evening. There's a saying that goes, you don't know what you've got till it's gone. And of course, what it means is that you can have something of real value and take it for granted, not even pay much attention to it until it's gone. Then you realize the true value of it. And you start to think back and think, wow, I've taken that for granted and now it's gone. And I'm thinking of Elijah Cummings when I'm saying that. I mean, it was a shock. I, I mean, he's only 68 years old, and I had no idea he was so ill. And to have him just go like that was just a shock. It was like the rug being pulled out from under my feet. I'm a new Democrat, and so I've just gotten to know him in the last couple of years. You know what you can know of someone who's in Washington D.C., but he stood out. I mean, like this beacon. Uh, there's just, and now I realize there was just no one like him, no one. And most of the people in Washington D.C. who worked with him know that a lot more than I do. And when I was tonight, I went over and reviewed some of the things, some of his work on the committee, on the oversight committee, and wow, I mean, it's just amazing, that man, what he's done for this country. And then he worked right up until the last minute. He was signing subpoenas and all kinds of stuff from his hospital bed. And there's another saying that goes, your work should follow you off the stage of your life. And that's exactly what he did. He kept his work going until he took that last breath. And that's just amazing. And his integrity and his work ethic and his background, it's just amazing. And so I had this feeling tonight. I'm thinking, what are we going to do? What are we going to do now? I mean, you just cannot replace that guy. And it's a monumental loss. It really is. It's just a monumental loss. And I'm so glad that I started to get to know him a couple of years ago, so at least I had that much time to understand some of his work and to watch him work. And it's just amazing. And so my condolences to the Cummings family. My condolences to everyone in Washington, D.C. who worked with him. My condolences to Nancy Pelosi, who was so close to him. I had no idea she was from Baltimore originally. I thought she was a San Francisco native. And at first I was kind of disappointed, but then I realized, no, that's great. What a great place to be from, because that's Elijah Cummings' place too. And so anyway, tonight I sensed that loss, and I think this whole nation senses that loss, and we're all probably thinking, what are we going to do now? But as I know that he would know, that we will keep going. We're going to keep going. We're going to it'll work, and there will be people that I think it'll take a few to fill his shoes for a while, but eventually it will even out, because that's how this country works. And so my condolences to his family, and to Nancy Pelosi, and to Steny Hoyer, who gave the great address this afternoon, and to all those that worked with him and came to really know him. It must have been just awesome, just working alongside him. It must have been just wonderful. So my heartfelt condolences to everyone who ever knew him. And I but I know that we'll carry on, because that's what he would say. He would say we'll carry on. He probably said that to someone yesterday before he passed, yesterday morning. So thank you and good night.